𝓶𝓲𝓷𝓪 the upcoming voice is generated and is not natural. Thank you.
Let's talk about the infamous case of Daniel LaPlante.
It was just a few minutes past 6 p.m. on December 8, 1986, when the phone started to ring at the police station in Pepperell, Massachusetts. At the time, the police department was made up of about 10 officers for the roughly 10,000 residents of Pepperell and the village of East Pepperell, where the most common calls were domestic disturbances or public intoxication.
Let's talk about Daniel LaPlante.
Part 2.
So when the dispatcher picked up the phone, she never expected the series of events that would unfold from that very first call. The caller told the dispatcher that a neighbor just ran to their house screaming for help, saying that her family was being held hostage. She'd escaped through the window and was able to get to the neighbor's house unharmed, but her father, sister, and friend were still trapped next door with the kidnapper. Both Pepperell PD and Massachusetts State Police responded to 93 Lawrence Street, and a Pepperell officer spoke with the neighbors who called in the report, and 14-year-old 𝓶𝓲𝓷𝓪. Tina was visibly upset and crying.
Subscribe for Part 3. Bye.
Let's talk about Daniel LaPlante. Part 3.
They had arrived home to find that the radios were blaring in the house. All the lights were on, the TVs were on, all of them, and blaring with sound, LaPlante explained, alarmed by it all. Frank Bowen started walking from room to room, trying to figure out what was going on. He noticed someone had used the toilet in their basement and several items were out of place. Moving into the front of the house, Frank opened a closet to a shocking sight. He locked eyes with an intruder, wielding a hatchet in one hand and a steel wrench in the other. The man was wearing a furry coat and had his face painted with hair sticking straight up in spikes. The intruder calmly instructed Frank to get the girls and go into a bedroom. Frank yelled for the girls and stayed between them and the man as they were ushered down the hallway.
Subscribe for Part 4.